Lizette LaForge at Beacon Windows, and we're going to talk about locks. Sometimes the locks don't work. This homeowner, fortunately, their lock works great. But sometimes you'll find on these older locking systems that the function's gone or there are broken pieces, and certain things cannot be replaced when they're very, very old. So one person was going to say, what am I going to do? How am I going to save my house? So we're going to show you some things that can be done as aftermarket locking options if you happen to be in a situation where parts are no longer available for your locking system, but you want to stay safe. So we're going to give you some ideas on that in the rest of the video so you can kind of get an idea of how to keep your family safe. Here's an example of an old style lock. These doors would be from the 50s or the 60s, and you can't get parts for these anymore. They have a keeper on the inside, and then this area here, the mortise comes out and hooks into that keeper. If you happen to have an old door like this and you can no longer lock it, it's not going to fit some of the newer things. For instance, this is what a standard lock looks like, and this obviously doesn't fit, okay? So you see most of these out in the field. That's what you're gonna see more than 90% of the time on old non-impact sliding glass doors, but that will not fit. So the question becomes, what can we do to keep our home safe if we happen to have a very old style silver door? These are usually 6 or 5 foot long panels, and our lock happens to be broken. So we're going to show a couple of ideas so you can be aware that you still can be safe. One little trick is you can always put a dowel in after each door that moves so they can't open the door. That's always a great idea, and I highly recommend it. It's very cheap. Just go to Home Depot, get a dowel or a broom handle. The other thing you can do is you can have a pin lock installed, and then that's where it goes through. They drill all the way through and attach this, and then a pin goes in. The advantage to this is you can easily see it and do it yourself. The problem is if you do this yourself, you may break the glass when you're drilling. The other thing is as doors age, their rollers have little adjusting screws, and as the adjusting screws become crooked to each other or fail to work at all, this glass panel will kilter, so sometimes it can't get that through. It doesn't want to work because they're no longer together. So that's kind of an indication that something's going on with your systems on the bottom to make sure that the systems on the top are working. And then there's one more kind of thing that we can use. These are called flip locks. So they're pieces of basically acrylic. They have a sticky, and you want them to go about a foot from the top. You stick them onto the door, and then again about a foot from the bottom, okay? And then when they're installed and you want to open the door, you simply flip them up. Now you can open that door all you want. When you want that not to open, you flip them down. And that way, any about $8 to $10. Pin locks are a little less maybe, and you can do these things yourself, or you can call us and we'll be happy to help.